Hello, my beautiful babies. I have a new one for you today. We are going to focus more on Tiffany today, so this will be a fair warning that there are many clips from her. I really wanted to focus on Tiffany's behavior and the things she would say, the way she treated grown-ass adults. Especially Valerie Stubbs. Here is a preview.
Going on because if she was a male of another race.
Yep. So I want to give a special shout out and special thanks to Governor Pritzker. I want to give a special shout out to.
And I actually showed up and with the trustees, and we're thinking that we're going to help mend some fences. We seen some residents, and it was like a real warm, friendly place. We were happy to show up. And then the mayor gets on the mic and called the trustees messy and suggests that we exit the
Primary of trustee Valerie Stubbs that put in an ordinance because she didn't want to pay fines on her rental property. It's the same thing.
Told me emphatically that I could not have one, regardless of what you think about me, feel about me. I still am a resident of Dalton and a taxpayer. And if you came to my event and it was open to the public, I would not deny you anything, and that was not right.
How y'all doing? Ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Hey. Ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. Thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate this. Okay.
There's Tiffany's mama coming in to support her baby. Y'all. I am going to give you guys a fair warning now that this is definitely going to be a heck of a journey together. First, let's see what Miss Thelma Price has to say in this next clip I have lined up for you guys. I stumbled across this and thought, wow, Tiffany has truly never had an original thought in her life. Keep in mind that this was December 14th of 2022. Tiffany came in as Nino Brown March 6th of 2023, so just a couple of months later.
In Dalton, this is just too much. And I believe that you all should do a forensic audit. They wanted a forensic audit on the past administration. This administration definitely needs a forensic audit because they're not truthful. They're doing backroom deals with business people, not taking across the board, not doing contracts. What village would do business without doing a contract? That is crazy. That is a red flag. And I think the last meeting, everybody's seen that we're in trouble. This girl is crazy. You know, she's like a Nino Brown or something. She's a criminal. She is. She's a criminal. She's like a Nino Brown or something. She's a criminal. She is. She's a criminal. She's doing whatever she wants to do. And I'm so glad you stood firm and said, hey, if you want to get paid, y'all got to come across the board. And I'm glad she said that. So let the business people know you cannot do business with Dalton without coming across the board. It don't work just talking to the mayor in a back room. What y'all gonna do, split the money? See, it's some trickery about that. You know, maybe they split the money, the mayor and the business people. So I'm glad y'all did that you put that in place.
Here she comes in all her glory.
Okay. Nobody knows something. Don't nobody know nothing? Yeah. Nobody. Nobody? Trustees? Nobody? Somebody knows something. Ain't that right, Jason? I think you know something. Yeah, you know something. Hey y'all, I am Super Mayor, and I want to thank the people of Dalton for the new change. Give it up for y'all new trustees.
Say that again. Yeah, I went across the bridge. Anybody else want to know? I'm here with you.
After seeing that, do you think the Nino Brown segment was her idea? I really, wholeheartedly, do not. I think Miss Henyard actually took it as a challenge.
Hey, look at that. You got the Wallaman, man. Let's go. Come get y'all some fresh watermelon from off the truck. Perfect. Get y'all some fresh watermelon from off the truck. You drive all the way down to Mississippi and get this. Look at that.
Tiffany's speech and vocabulary is just fascinating to me. Anyways, next I want to show you guys some footage you may have never seen. You'll quickly understand, but the house they stopped at the end? It is Ms. Valerie Stubbs' home, all of them unloading and walking up.
What? Oh, that's horrible.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
You fine. You fine. You got a job, baby. You fine.
No.
Oh, wow!
But people got to put stories out that ain't even true because you got people. I have your hearts. Just like y'all got my heart, y'all got a hold on me, dog. Just like vice versa.
Do my job and do the best at it. I service anybody, help anybody, do what I can, go above and beyond, and then I have to come work and work about what they gonna come with today. Or who's watching, or who's taking pictures, or who's in my business. You know, even people that I go to church with. Get on news and tell people, oh yeah, she was another girl that was fired. She brought back. Yeah, she brought me back. Stubbs.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because I didn't have nothing to do with that. And if you had a problem, you should have addressed me.
Order, please.
Or don't call it back to the
There's 1 minute remaining.
and the mayor. I just want to thank you guys. I'm going to keep you guys.
See, I didn't even grab a quarter of the clips identifying and defining the clear campaign of harassment that Tiffany and company have descended on Valerie Stubbs. In this video, I really just want to outline Tiffany's behavior, the way she has treated others, the way she has manipulated and targeted people.
Then I also want to comment with, I know as a lot of the residents have stated, another week, this administration have managed to make real news about questionable spending. This is why we question the spending that's going on. This isn't about bickering and fighting back and forth, but it's about protecting the residents and business owners and the integrity of our office of the trustee. Insanity is doing the same thing, but expecting a different result. That's what you have with this administration. Constant insanity and smoke and mirrors. The ability to control a false narrative, Spirit a narrative that as trustees, we don't want to pay for anything. There has to be some sort of priority and transparency with the spending of our taxpayers' money. There are ordinances put in place so that we are required to have 2 meetings a month. This would allow 1 meeting to discuss a plan for spending and ideas and plans, and the other meeting to approve the things that we have discussed, not only as a board, but as a community, because we are all one team in terms of our decision-making process. This is not a dictatorship. This is a democracy designed with this entire board in mind. There's a saying that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with the team. I actually have spoken with the mayor, and I thought that she was extending an olive branch when she invited me to one of our community events. I think it's the backyard party. And I actually showed up and with the trustees, and we're thinking that we're going to help mend some fences. We seen some residents, and it was like a real warm, friendly place. We were happy to show up. And then the mayor gets on the mic and called the trustees messy and suggests that we exit the premises. Now, not only are we trustees, but we are also Dalton residents. So it bothers me when we sit up here and say, oh, let's work together. Let's work together. Why isn't my board working with us? But then you have a public display of us getting exited out the building. So I'm just sitting here to say that with all being said, I'm more than willing to work together, but it can be her way or no way. That we're a board, we're a team, we're a community. Thank you all.
Now, this is just absurd. Why did Tiffany even invite the trustees to her event? It feels like it was a planned attack of pure humiliation. She is so frustrated with them that she needed to lash out. That is certainly only my opinion, but what else could I conclude? The trustees, being the people they are, they invited other members of the community to come as well, and again, Valeria Stubbs was harassed.
Another thing, last week, myself and a couple of more residents went to the, what is that? Backyard barbecue. And I'm a taxpayer in the village of Dalton for 22 years. And I went up there to get a food voucher or ticket. And Miss Carmen, the lady that just was up here, the new trustee for Thornton Township, told me emphatically that I could not have one, regardless of what you think about me, feel about me. I still am a resident of Dalton.
We all know that Carmen was certainly not the mastermind.
And if you came
Tiffany tends to have anyone and everyone do her dirty work, so she can blame them solely later.
I would not deny you anything, and that was not right. I went to Mayor Stan Brown, Trustee Brown, and I talked with him about what was occurring, and I talked to a couple of more trustees on what had occurred, and that wasn't cool. I didn't like the fact that one of our Dalton finest talked down to one of the senior residents and challenged her. If it was me, I would have been over in Markham filing a report against that individual for threatening her, and that wasn't cool. Because as long as I'm a taxpayer and as long as I live in the village of Dalton and I'm not breaking the law, and there's an event, whether you like me, dislike me, or whatever the case may be, I can go to a public event without being harassed. Thank you.
There are so many other events that I could have inserted, but coming to the present day, we all remember when Tiffany recently brought up Ms. Stubbs' name. Tiffany quite literally incited chaos during a board meeting, and for what? What did that do for her? Console her ego? What? No logic. No rhyme or reason. It was all just for her ego and her pleasure, playing a real-life dictator.
Because you got tickets on your house for the high grades. Your bushes weren't cut, your grass weren't serviced, right? So you remind me of Trustee Valerie Stubbs that put in an ordinance because she didn't want to pay fines on her rental properties. It's the same thing. You guys only pick and choose things that's beneficial to you guys that affect you. But you were talking about this a month ago. You were talking, please, you're going to be removed. You're going to be removed. You cannot just talk. Remove her. You will be removed. And again, Valerie Stubbs, ex-trustee right there. She do things for self. So back to what I'm saying. You have to do better. You have to do better than what you're doing. Okay, you out of order. You need to remove her. Remove her. Remove her. Y'all cannot be that out of order. Like, come on now. Come on. Come on. Even if you don't like somebody, you can't be that out of order. You have to remove her. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Because you got two out of order. Please leave. You out of order. Goodbye. You out of order. Goodbye. You are out of order. You out of order.
There is only one conclusion I just keep on coming back to. Tiffany Henyard was sent from the Dark One himself. I mean, what else am I supposed to think when I see someone so evil? And from this dark and mean-spirited Jezebel comes a sweet, manipulative acting woman. I say manipulative because, well, here. Listen for yourself what other people say about her.
Okay, before this, amen, hearts, you know it, y'all. All right, before we end, we're gonna end on a good note. That is, Stewie, come on up. We're gonna go and swear you in, baby, because we ended on a good night tonight.
I lost my brother in February of 2022 to a crack cocaine and heroin overdose. I found out then that the insurance wouldn't cover it because it's self-inflicted. I was at my lowest. My lowest. This woman right here, she called me and she said, take as much time as you need and whatever you need, don't hesitate to reach out.
Oh, wow.
And if anybody know me, I don't like to lean on nobody. I come in the house, my mom cried. She said, Tiffany just left. I said, Tiffany just left. Yeah, she came in the Durango. I said, what'd she come with? What she come? She came to check on me? No, she came to bring some money for the funeral. I get to the funeral. There's a cooler there. Big, large cooler. It say Village of Dalton. It's packed with juices and pops and waters. And I'm wondering, where did it come from? Came from Boss Lady. We ain't gonna tear nobody down. We gonna keep pushing. That man right there, Officer Lee. I had officers. I had kids. Kids walk up on me and say, where Officer Lee at? Kids! We out here. We in the village. And we working. And we doing the people for you. We doing the work for you.
There are instances like Mr. Stewart's that we hear, and it is proof that Tiffany is capable of goodness. To this day, I don't know if this man still supports her. He may hate Tiffany too once he's seen her true colors. People like Mr. Stewart are few and far between because people like this next person are far too commonly found around Tiffany. But let's have a listen to our next runner-up.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Kim Austin.
Oh,
I moved to Dalton to become a part of the change that I want to see. I work the streets every day in Dalton, riding up and down the streets and alleys, dealing with people and residents' complaints. And I know it's a lot of people out here that doesn't like the mayor and what she's doing, but I've seen her do some things that has never been done before in the history of this town.
Oh, me too. I have never seen this level of thievery.
About this little change that she's spending. What about all the great things that she's making happen? Nobody ever gives that any exposure. Why do we always talk about help the sister adjust her crown? This is her first time being a mayor. You wouldn't know what to do if you was the mayor. I don't understand how we climb on the back of people and just tear them down.
Oh my God.
I go out of my way and will help anybody. In this position, out of this position, it don't matter. And this job don't define me. I'm a business owner. I'm a property owner. I'm a taxpaying owner as well. None of us are too big. And we need to reevaluate what's going on. Because if she was a male of another race, everybody is sitting here with their hands folded. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is, give her a chance. We haven't given her a chance. 90 days after being elected, she was sent up for a recall.
Yes, she was set up for a recall because of her own actions, Miss Kim. Well, her actions end with the support and aid of people like you. I am sorry, Miss Kim, but from all I have seen, I do not think you are a good person at all. I hope you truly find God.
This is her time. This is her time.
You are
She has
absolutely
the
right,
mic.
ma'am. And if there's anything I can ever do for you during business hours, please feel free to give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you. But I want to say to you, Madam Mayor, Superintendent, Supervisor, Super Mayor, hey, you rocking on rolling till the wheels fall off.
These people really do not fail to blow my mind, but in the worst way possible. Here is another instance of Tiffany bringing up Miss Stubbs. Any and every chance she gets, she doesn't miss the opportunity to harass.
Been doing, and people alleys been getting done, even people that don't like me. Valerie Stubbs alleys just got paid. So I just want to point that out to y'all that, hey, if it's the worst alley, we do it. We don't discriminate or pick and choose who gets done. That's why the engineers does it, and also Stacy from Public Works. So I'm asking that y'all put that back in, because if Trustee House really telling y'all the truth about finances, which obviously he know nothing about, he would tell you that it's different funds for everything that comes out of our bank accounts.
She doesn't discriminate. Man, I don't know where and how Tiffany Henyard got this audacity and gumption from, truly. The funny part is that I think everyone knows she did Miss Stubbs' alley purely for bragging rights. Not out of the goodness of her heart, certainly not because she doesn't discriminate. Over the next few clips and the next few videos, I want to really focus on Tiffany, her behavior and her actions towards other people. I've said this before, and I am not a medical professional by any means, but I absolutely believe that Tiffany is a sociopath. In this next clip, please pay specific attention to her manipulation and her gaslighting tactics. She is so incredibly self-serving and generally just unaware of herself.
For you. A lot of you guys over the weekend asked me about the grant program that we had for you, and guess what? We're going to start that back up. I'm working on a better plan for you guys all to get taken care of, because again, we have grant money. I don't care what anybody keeps telling y'all about. We don't have the money. We have the money in the bank account.
If that was truly the case, then why could she never prove it? Why couldn't she, or Keith, or Tangenique, whoever put it up on the website?
And then I'm going to refer to the finance director. Do we have ARPA funds? Do we have grant money for residents to receive?
Yes, because everyone is a moron in her eyes. Just tell them yes. That's all they
Good
need.
evening. Yes, there is ARPA funds still remaining. See the financial statements for the balance. It's very transparent how much money is available. It's in the table of contents, all cash balances. What else?
Yes, so hold the mic for a minute. So I want to point that out. I want her to speak this evening, because people are not being transparent with you. They're not telling you the facts, which is what they sent to them. Every single month, and I do mean every single month, they get financials. They know how much money in each account. They know how much money we got. So when they come telling y'all lies like they always do, they got to make themselves look good for why they doing the things they do, which is stand in the way of progress. Here it is. She's not going to get up here and tell you nothing.
Oh, she isn't? Because you've never had anyone in your administration lie, right, Tiff?
Ask them to show you. Where is the facts? People can say anything and allow anybody. Anybody can make up a lie about anybody. They don't make it true. Where's the proof in what you're saying to me while you at my door? So I just need you.
Let's speed her up a little bit, because I think we have all heard this bit, and far too many times at this point. Just like a broken record.
My door. So I just need you guys to hear from us because you always hear from the negativity people. And when people like that around you, get them away from you because you don't need that negative aura or the negative energy on you. Because guess what? What goes around comes around. And at the end of the day, stop with the mess with your own community. This is your community, residents. Y'all got to take a stance for what y'all believe in. You can't keep letting people keep putting your community in the news, talking about your mayor, your supervisor, with no facts. I heard a trustee make a statement about bad news, but she a woman like me. We both single parents, but yet they condone the mess because they part of the mess. You got trustees getting on the news talking about nothing they know nothing about. That's a shame. Y'all should be ashamed of that because at the end of the day, I'm someone's mom, I'm someone's daughter, I'm someone's loved one, just like how you would want for your loved one. But yet,
Tiffany, you know who else was someone's mom, daughter, and loved one? Your former assistant you fired to protect an accused raper, like many other people whose lives you've destroyed, or tried to anyways.
Why is it only that person that comes to our community write bad news? Why is it this trustee house run to the news just to get fame for nothing? Why? Why? Y'all should ask yourself those questions.
The fact that she would say something so senseless and pointless, the fact that she actually has zero critical thinking skills to accuse Jason House of seeking fame. Her own head is so far up her ass that she cannot even consider what the trustees are saying.
Y'all are just like me. Stop allowing people to attack you, attack me, because I am you. I am a project of the village of Dalton. I grew here. They flew here.
A project of the village of Dalton? What the heck does that mean?
Allow a black out their community where they govern as well. The problems we have been faced with is people don't want to come to our village because they feel like we can't get along. But you got the Fantastic Five, well, not no more. Fantastic Four is the only people that's constantly doing the mess, keeping up the dirt, the negative stories. How would people feel if they wrote negative stories on them? Well, you had no proof.
Now, this next clip here, it is going to blow you away. Sometimes when I listen back to some things Tiffany Henyard says, it blows my mind. She told us all along, the projection is so real with this woman. Listen.
You had no proof. I have no reason to take anything from anybody. I have no reason to do any harm to anybody. My goal is exactly what it has always been. I have no proof. I have no reason to take anything from anybody. I have no reason to do any harm to anybody. My goal is exactly what it has always been. I am focused on rebuilding Dalton. And when I say other communities have reached out to me, they want me to do the same thing I'm doing for the village of Dalton, to do it throughout Thornton Township. And I vow to do that.
Did you guys hear that? She has no reason to take anything. I call bull. No reason, but I can think of 6 million reasons. This woman just lies so effortlessly. It's rather insulting.
They not doing something. The sad part about it is we're in fights with people that don't want us to utilize their facilities because of our movement, but at the same time, you're their residents too.
The
so
irony.
Don't do different events in their location. It's a shame. That's why you see us utilizing what we built, which is Greenwood Falls. Because hey, the party don't stop because someone told us no. We entrepreneurs up here. Before anything, we always gonna find or make a way and make sure we give back to our community. That's what it's about. The people. And I need people to keep putting the people first. And that's what
how did that work out for you, Tiffany? Did you find a way? Because to me and nearly any other intelligent person, it appears you have totally bankrupted the town, to use your words. But anyways, let's hear some more of that outrageous mess coming from your mouth.
So let me tell you something about the enemy. One thing about the enemy that I do know is true.
That's good. My administrator, we at war, period.
At the end of the day, they gonna expose the negative and the mess. And that's exactly what's going on. So while y'all sitting here talking about me, y'all put me in other rooms, and I appreciate it because now people have reached out. They want to do all kinds of things on Your Mayor, documentaries, movies, Your Mayor, documentaries, movies, all kinds of things. And y'all know I have another position. That's because they see my heart. They see my progress. They see my growth. I really want Dalton to be just like Orland, Tinley, all those towns we run to. And I think we're on the right track. I believe it.
Your Mayor.
And say enough is enough. Y'all see my progress. Y'all see where the money's going. Yeah, hey. Even Stephen Wonder can see that. Y'all see what the village of Dalton is producing. So with that being said, I want to announce the other thing that I've got, because this person doing so bad, why would God keep elevating them? Number one. Number two, why did I just get $15 million for Thornton Township and for the village of Dalton? Why?
I really would love to know, Tiff, Big Tiff. Where is the bag at though, sweetie?
So as he looks at the numbers, I'm going to recite them to you so they can be in the record. This is all for the record clerk.
So you guys can get my side of the story, because at the end of the day, one thing about older people and people of wisdom and people that's in positions like myself, I do talk to them whether you believe it or not. They told me you don't never come down to someone's level to entertain the mess. So that's why y'all never really hear me on everything somebody say about you. You don't got time for that because I'm focused.
What in the world are you talking about? You take
focused on
every
making sure those
opportunity
things
to
that a lot of you guys
badger,
spoke on
belittle,
up
and
here
demean
get
them.
done. Like Marcus said, Allie's never been done. Never, ever in the history of dollars. I am bringing up things that I see a need for and making it happen. But guess what? I'm going to get the money to do it.
Nope.
I'm not spending any of y'all tax money,
Nope.
y'all water money.
Nope.
I'm spending grants.
Nope.
And they keep saying we don't have the money. Grant money. That's it.
Nope.
But it's a shame when you got a board that don't want to work with you. It's a shame that they can't put they dislike or discord of whatever their opinion is of me to the side to make sure they vote for you, residents. It's about you first. I know when I sat on this board with Riley Rogers, regardless of my dislike of whatever he was doing, I still voted for anything he put that was for the people, always. If it's for y'all, let's ride. If it wasn't, nope, I'm going to give you hell. So at the end of the day, if it does not apply, you let it fly. That's how I grew up. So don't always stoop to other people's levels because you beyond that. Homes or anything, we're gonna make sure we make it happen. So I did announce that, and I announced it here in the Village of Dollars. As it relates to the Village of Dollars, we still got money. So those that was on that waiting list to get them roof and them windows done, it's grant money.
So, where is it now, Tiffany?
She's over the money. Do we have the money?
We do have funds remaining in ARPA. It is in the financial statements. It states the full balance remaining and what has already been spent. We send out financial statements monthly. That is all.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do a breakdown because it do break it down. We got more money than everybody. So I just want y'all to know if I was doing so bad or people that did try to stop it. Trust me, they did. They tried to stop it. That's why you go and I travel. And I go and I make friends. I go into doors and rooms and I tell people what our community need. I'm just glad that our cries was heard. I'm just glad that they gave the Village of Dalton that it was a 6.8 million.
So the Village of Dalton has $6.8 million. And just this is in the Daily Southtown. So we're not making this up. If you like the news, you should probably tune into this too.
Oh,
the $6.8 million
my
bound for the Village of Dalton
God.
seems disproportionately generous compared to the proposed allocations for the Southland communities.
All this reading he did, and for what? Nothing ever came through.
That means that Dalton got
Nothing.
Tinley Park got
Zilch.
$325,000. The Village of
Zero.
Warrant Park is mentioned in one line item for
Nada.
$180,000 allocation. Dalton got $6.8 million. Oak Lawn is mentioned in 7 line items totaling $1.57 million. Dalton got $6.8 million.
Yep.
I just want to be clear that the total amount for all the South suburban communities together combined to less than $5.2 million. Dalton got $6.8 million.
No.
Nah,
That's
Dalton got nothing because you, Thing 1 and Thing 2, thought that doing annual audits was just a suggestion.
$9.125 million because of Supervisor Henyard / Mayor Supermayor. In comparison, Rich Township got $6.25 million. Orland Park got $1.3 million. Worth Township got $6,125,000. Bloom Township got $447,000. Calumet Township got $250,000. Lamont Township got $150,000. Palos Township got $50,000. Bremen Township got $28,000.
At this point, you can ride your high horse elsewhere, Freeman.
Township got $9.12 million. So I just want to be clear when we say
grant funds, appropriations.
compared to the entire Southland, $5.52 million.
Now this next clip, pay very close attention to what Tiffany says, and the specific name she so proudly brings up. With her whole chest, baby.
Yep. So I want to give a special shout out and a special thanks to Governor Pritzker. I want to give a special shout out to LG Sims, because he's the only senator that stood strong against Napoleon, who tried to stop the money from coming in to the township. So thank you, LG. LG, we love you over here. We appreciate you.
Oh, yes.
And then I want to give another shout out to my state rep, Marcus Evans, and my state rep, Nick Smith, because all of those people helped us. And then our lobbyists, Donnie Trotter. I thank y'all for believing in me. I thank y'all for pushing. I thank y'all for making sure the township and the village got what they needed and deserved, because it's been overdue for all the neglect that's been going on. So now it's time to fix it. So I just want to point that out to y'all, because they don't tell you none of the good stuff. Everybody on
Now,
right.
let's go back to where it all began. Are we going to hear any recurring names? Could this have to do with who has been protecting Tiffany all along? Questions, questions, oh, so many questions.
Congresswoman Robin Kelly, the Speaker of the House, Emmanuel Chris Welch, a history maker himself, Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle, State Senator Napoleon Harris, State Representatives Will Davis and Thaddeus Jones, who is now the new mayor of Calumet City. Congratulations. Commissioner to Cook County Commissioner Sims, Miller, and Moore, and all the local elected officials here in Dalton today. Can you all stand? Please give all of our elected officials a round of applause. Thank you guys for all y'all service. You may be seated. A special thanks to the judges and my pastor. Where you at, Pastor? William Fletchman. Oh yeah, William Fletchman. I'm sorry. Okay, the other Williams on here too. And also to Anthony Williams.
Her pastor, and she forgets his name? For someone who brings God in at every opportunity, it is hilarious to me that she couldn't get his name right. Also, Sims appears to be someone noteworthy to Tiffany anyways.
Thing that I want to make an announcement to is to let you know about the construction of Greenwood Falls. I know a resident asked me about what's going on with it. Again, I'm gonna refer back to the finance director. We did that with grant money.
Third
is that
time
true or
is
not?
a charm, Miss Miller.
We used ARPA funds,
Triple down.
which can be used for capital expenditures to address negative economic impacts of the pandemic in disproportionately impacted areas.
Okay, so that answers your question as it relates to Greenwood Falls. So when people keep telling y'all the opposite, we spent y'all money or
okay, but that's just you guys saying it. Where is the proof though?
Examples of all the things that people tell you, so we want to dispel the lies. This is the reason why I'm spending this time tonight, to make sure you hear from the horse's mouth and you can quote me on everything that I'm saying up here. Next.
Yeah, we will quote you on that, Miss Henyard. I promise.
That's all that matters. Everybody here hates us. Jesus Christ here hates us. So at the end of the day, people gonna talk about it.
Did she just compare herself to Jesus Christ?
Make sure you bring your blessings back to your community. And that's what I intend to do. That's what I've been doing. And I'm going to keep on putting on for my city. Because y'all know y'all my heart, no matter what people say about it. Dalton is where I'm from. So that's why y'all see me put so much love into it. Because set up where they can just keep suing people because they mad or don't get their way. It's like a kid having a tantrum. But they're using your money, your tax dollars. They're not saying that though, right? They're using your tax dollars to pay this attorney. He keeps suing us. He keeps going to court. He keeps trying to make us give him the money, everything under the sun. But yet you want to give somebody $32,000. $32,000. We had an attorney representing us for FOIA cases, for different situations. Why? Because it's not beneficial to them, but it's beneficial to the people to protect y'all, right? But they said no to that, but y'all keep saying yes to this attorney that they no longer need.
This attorney they no longer need. Tiffany would say that because why would she ever want someone telling the trustees when she breaks the law and hold her accountable? And the way she keeps talking like she signs the checks for Odelson, it is just hilarious at this point. It is such a lie.
They not winning anything. They keep losing everything, but it's still at the expense of you guys. So we're going to have to keep on going back and forth, back and forth. But while we going back and forth, at the end of the day, I'm going to keep developing Dalton. But at the same time, wasteful spending is being done. And it's not from your mayor, Tiffany Henyard. It's from your board of trustees, the Fantastic Four. That's who wasted your money. Because ever since they put things on the agenda, it's not for you. Pay attention. All I can do is guide you to see what we do. That's it. So I recognize your motion and your second. Please call the roll.
Watch this closely now. Tammy Brown wants to announce she has to leave, and Tiffany, quick to jump the horse, wants to tell her she isn't recognized.
No.
That ego is something else.
Yes.
Trustee Belcher.
No.
Yep.
Motion
Pay
failed.
somebody to do nothing.
Excuse me.
Our money.
Excuse me. My apologies.
Okay,
I have
you're
to
not-
leave. My mother is being sent home from the hospital via ambulance, I have to leave. So good night, everyone. My apologies.
All right. Next on the agenda is new business. Is there a motion to approve? Go ahead.
Okay, so while we have that out, I just reported on general fund and I gave the page numbers. Since we got time, can we get those figures on these deficits? General fund, page 15.
I just
2.4
explained
million.
that. I just explained that.
Oh,
to
we
you,
don't have
And
time for
again,
that.
you could have gave me those emails in
Thank you. My
advance.
point was
'Cause we
made.
did
Thank you.
request that you give us the documentation in advance so I can have an answer prepared.
Correct.
So I do not have that information in front of me, but I will be willing to prepare that for you as well.
Yep. Which we already told him that, but he want to be funny. So we will check that later. So there you have it, residents. I want to put all that on the record as it relates to what's budgeted for, and just so y'all understand what a budget is.
Right, because the residents are morons who don't know, couldn't possibly understand what a budget is.
Or work for any organization, when they approve your budget, it is approved. That means you have, say, I use example, say you over youth and family services, right? And they budget you $100,000. You have $100,000 to spend for the year for that youth and family services that the board already voted for. You should not have to come to the board every single time you want to buy a pen, a paper, a ball for the kids. It does not work like that. Think about county, $1 billion budget. They don't go back for every little thing. And let me explain to y'all the difference of what we have and maybe what others have. We have a warrant list. Warrant list. Keith, explain to them the difference of a warrant list and a bill list, so you guys understand why we going through this. Because a warrant list is bills that's already paid for. A bills list is you have to approve it to get it paid. But go ahead, Keith. I'm sorry, I took your thunder. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, Mayor. According to 65 ILCS 5-1.3-35-45 from chapter 24, paragraph 3.1-35-45, I'll send you guys a copy of this. Thank you, Trustee House, for not sending me a copy of the quote unquote deficit. The treasurer's report at the end of the month and often are required by the corporate authorities. The municipal treasurer shall render an account under oath to the corporate authorities or an officer designated by ordinance, showing the state of the treasury at the date of the account and the balance of the money in the treasury. The treasurer shall accompany the account with a statement of all money received into the treasury on what account, together with all warrants redeemed and paid by the treasurer. On the day the treasurer renders the account, these warrants, which are, again, bills that are paid, with all vouchers held by the treasurer, shall be delivered to the municipal clerk and filed. Together with the account in the clerk's office, all paid warrants, again, paid bills, shall be filed together into the account. The treasurer shall keep a register of all warrants that are bills that are paid, by the way, which shall be described in each warrant, again, that are bills that are paid, showing its date, the amount, the number from the fund in which it was paid, and the name of the person who paid and when it was paid. That is the definition of a warrant list. What you are asking for is a bill list. By definition, is not the form of government we have. But I don't want to go too far into that, Trustee House, because I know you're not prepared. I'll send that to you next time you send the next thing to me. Thank you, sir.
All right. So moving forward, go ahead, call the roll.
Trustee Norwood. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown. Trustee Stan Brown. Stan, we are approving the AP warrant list with the exceptions of the items removed by Trustee House.
What you doing, Trustee?
I'm saying no.
All right. Go ahead.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Aye. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
No.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Stan, that was it for you on bills?
Yeah, that was it.
All right.
That was the end of my report.
All right, moving forward. Next on the agenda is old business. Is there a motion to terminate the contract of Oderson, Starks, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath, Ltd. as legislative counsel? Is there a motion?
I want to cover some of Tiffany's treatment of others, as well as her outrageous, obnoxious hypocrisy. It is one of my biggest pet peeves, hypocrites that is. I will never be able to comprehend how people have no self-awareness of it. And Tiffany Henyard? She has to be the worst case I have ever witnessed. Please write in the comments what you think about this. Am I alone in the hypocrisy thing?
And they live in. So obviously you don't live here because you don't care about fixing it, but we do. Within my first 2 years, we did amazing things. And I think I've shown you guys that it only changed when you want it to change. Nobody else can help change it but you. And the way you do that is by putting people on boards that care about you, that don't just walk out because they mad or don't want to hear. It's like a stubborn kid. That's how they act. When you want to hear your parent no more, you run in your room like that. But parent came with that belt, right? Tap, tap, tap.
I somehow highly doubt that Tiffany ever got the belt as a child. Her behavior and her actions in general would never suggest that.
Trustee Robert Hunt. When we sat here, Riley used to say all kinds of stuff. We sat there and took it. We didn't ever walk out. Where they do that at? You take it on the chin, right? You take your lashes, you hear whatever he's gonna say, then you move on, you vote, and you move on. Because you elected us to vote and govern. Right. That's it. At the end of the day, I say the mayor's report for last because I want to at least shed light on things that may have questions to. And then not only that, show you the positivities as well because you hear so much negative. At least show you the things that my staff do because they get talked about so much, but they actually are really smart, young individuals that govern our town. People got to give them a chance. Stop turning your back on our kids, guys. They are the future. I don't care what nobody say. They are the future. They're next. If they do something wrong, guide them to do better. I don't care what you do. It's how you come from it. That's it. What matters is what you
Revenge, remember? Because what goes around, please come again.
What on God's green earth are you talking about? How does what you're saying remotely relate to the ice rink that you so egregiously wasted the taxpayers' money on?
The youth here in our village, in our town, know who their mayor is. Ask them who was the previous mayor. Ask them who a trustee is. I guarantee they can't recite nobody but Trustee Holmes and Trustee Stan Brown because they're the ones they always see. They're the ones always doing. That's what you got to remember. Don't pay attention to people that are at your door when it's election time because election coming up. People start doing little fake things. That's fake love. You don't want that. They only doing it because they want you to vote for them. But what about the first 2 years when you need it the most? What about the years when you needed help with that water bill? One thing I will say about my administration, they go get resources. We all go to Springfield. We went to Springfield. We came back with $6.8 million for Dalton.
$6.8 million you never received and never will, but you surely put Dalton in far worse debt. Because you brought a bunch of people with you.
80 scholarships we gave them kids. Talk about that. They don't write that. All I can do is just show you guys, and you make the decision for yourself. Don't be a follower. Make sure you go get the facts, and then make your judgment. Don't follow somebody else's drum based off of the beat that you don't know because you ain't got the facts. All I want y'all to know is that I love y'all, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's amazing how I feel I lose IQ points listening to Tiffany speak. When you listen in passing, it's easy to miss, but when you pay attention, you realize how much nonsense she spews. And she actually believes she's doing something. That's the most amazing part.
At press conference talking about nothing. Learn the laws. I tell y'all that all the time. Learn from me. But because I'm younger than all y'all think y'all can't learn from me, huh? But guess what? I've been winning. So I'm just telling y'all need to learn for real and stop wasting the taxpayer dollars with lawsuits, with things that we should not be doing. Because at the end of the day, guess who's paying for it? The taxpayers. All that money, all these things that y'all just wasteful spending for no reason, it's a shame. Y'all should stop because it's not y'all money. I heard y'all got sued too, right? 300 West Sibley. Y'all don't want to pay that man his money so he can build out his stuff?
Now that we heard Tiffany's claims of who is wasting the taxpayers' money, let's hear what is actually going on with the money, just from a more trustworthy source, of course. Tiffany has some audacity to get up there and point her little claw at the trustees. It drives me insane to see her do that, to be quite honest. especially when I sit and think about the amount of time it took for the trustees to get through to some of the residents. But as they say, better late than never.
Warrant list. You want to know
why they're on the AP warrant list instead of the electronic warrant list, and they were paid with the credit card.
Okay, Janice.
Which vendors are you speaking about?
Okay, Image One for $4,726. The balance, it was $2,000 that was paid with the credit card, and then it said it was a balance of $4,726 that was paid with the credit card. Then it's Juicy Crab, that was a township event in Alabama that was paid with the credit card, and it's on this warrant list. Then it's Jim and Nick's Barbecue, which was a township event in Alabama, and it was paid with a credit card. Then it was Madison Street Family Restaurant that has no receipt attached to it. And then it was Pete's that was paid with a credit card. I'm just asking because I want to know why it's not on the electronic warrant list versus the AP warrant list.
Okay, and before you answer that, Janice, stop lying, trustee.
What am I lying about?
Keep saying it's a township event. It's not a township event. For the record, anybody that want to go to any conference can go. So stop trying to act like we having our own events, because we do not. Anybody can sign up for a conference and go to it and get educated.
Mayor.
So stop doing that. Don't lie to the residents like that.
Mayor, when you went to Alabama, was it did you go as a township supervisor or as the mayor, Dalton?
Why you worry about how I went?
No, everyone should be worried about how you went. And I mean everyone.
If it's not on the list,
If I don't
if
know,
it's not on the list, right? Because
What do you mean if it's not on the list? It is on the list, Mayor. It is on the village warrant list.
From here, because remember, y'all ain't got the money, right? Make up your mind. Y'all got the money, y'all do. So stop saying township event.
Okay, I'm asking
so that's
a
why I'm
question.
correcting you, trustee. That's why I'm correcting you, because you got it wrong. That's
Okay,
not
so
true.
did you go as the mayor or did you go as the township
Again,
supervisor?
this ain't no Q&A for Tiffany Henyard.
It's discussion.
And I just told you. I just answered.
Okay, well, nevertheless,
so I
I'm
said you
still
got it
trying to
wrong. Do
figure
not
out
put the township involved in dog.
why they're on the AP warrant list versus the electronic warrant list.
So when the warrant lists are compiled, there may have been some that were entered as actual invoices when they were credit cards, but we can get that updated for you and provide you with the updated list.
Okay, I just want to know, because if we just would have approved it, then they would have cut checks and they was already.
No, we wouldn't. We would
The
have.
super mayor's response to that question is wholly inappropriate and quite ridiculous, actually. Miss Belcher is reading from the warrant list, directly from the list, meaning it's from the village. She has every right to ask. But who would be surprised that Tiffany, once again, is dashing and dodging answering a legitimate question?
Project. Is there a budget for this?
Who is that for?
You can answer it.
Yes, we do.
Okay, can you tell me the budget amount?
Sure, I'll get you a budget.
So you don't know that we're about to spend another $40,000 this month for this Greenwood project?
You just asked me and I answered, so you can assume whatever you want.
I'm not
Until
assuming
budget
anything.
from
I'm
me,
looking on the
then-
paper.
Then you can hold me accountable for the numbers that you're throwing out.
I'm not
Don't throw
assuming
nothing out.
anything. I'm just reading
you
on
are
paper.
Assuming. You are assuming.
Okay,
And then
and
for
then-
the record, when we spend money for the Greenwood project, so residents understand, it's through grant money. It
I
has
just
nothing to do
asked,
with.
did you
Hold
have a
on, because I want to
budget?
clear it up, because you guys tell lies. So I want to make sure that they know what line item that come from, and you can see that in my viewpoint. So all your answers are really answered in my viewpoint, but you want to put on the show. So let's go.
I'm not putting on the show. I'm
You
asking
are.
you a
Go ahead.
question. If you
I
know it's in
answered.
my viewpoint, then you answer.
I
Then my
answered. Go
last
ahead.
question was the $17,550 for the skates. Are those skates for the entire community?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and where are they located?
Why would I tell you that right now?
I'm saying, are they in possession of the village of Dalton?
Why
That's
would
what
they
I'm
not
asking.
be? You asked the question, I answered.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And now, I just want to play some good old clips of Tiffany being a monster, just her in her natural habitat, acting as her usual self, but someone sets her straight.
You talk about playing fair. I think you guys never ever played fair as it relates to me becoming the first female mayor of Dalton, winning by 82%. calm down. Let me finish my statement. 82% of the people's voice in this village. How you dare backstab me? You, Trustee Belcher, number one, that lost 3 seats, never won nothing. And then you, Trustee House, that would never won if you ran. So my problem with both of y'all was on my ticket. You both were. In two weeks in becoming a mayor, the ink didn't even dry yet. And you guys had a whole different agenda for me. But y'all didn't know that Scorpion and Frog situation, huh? Y'all stung me, but I didn't know I had a scuba suit on, huh? Yeah, and I made it across the water. So all I'm telling you is that y'all got to stop with the mess. Because y'all keep on doing what's wrong. And you mad because I got something to talk about and y'all don't? That's because I'm working. While y'all talking about me, I'm working. As T.I. say, y'all watch my life while I live it. That's the problem. So every time we come here, it is y'all amusement. Y'all, that's what it is. You want a reaction out of me. I don't see y'all around town. I don't see you at a gas station, at a grocery store. I don't see you doing nothing, Belcher. Nothing. But running your mouth. Nothing. That's it. You always got something to say when it's not even relevant right now, because why did you not say nothing when that lawyer needed to go downstairs to talk? But it wasn't, hold on. But you didn't do that. But now all of a sudden, everybody want to sit here, suspend the rules, and get mad when I got something to say too. Yeah, we all got something to say. But right now, my whole team got something to say. And they the one do the day-to-day. They the one that actually put the warrant list together. It's their bills from their department. But yet, we ain't even got to that point because everybody want to suspend the rules. For what? To throw a tantrum because you didn't have your moment to say nothing?
Funny she mentions throwing a tantrum. I am willing to bet anything that she has been holding this in her pocket ever since Jason House said it to her.
Y'all want to stop it. Any other time we had closed session at the top of the agenda. Any other time. Just because a lot of lawyers ask us, can we go down first? And we have done that. But today it's no, we're not gonna do it because of whatever reason. That's not fair. I just think y'all wrong. So all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. Y'all have to actually come and do some work before y'all can tell me anything. Y'all don't do any work. Y'all work on doing things to try to hinder me, but not knowing that I have so many resources that I go around what y'all try to do. It never ever works.
Finally, something I feel she is being honest about. That is exactly what she does. Goes around any ordinance and or law. Very accurate. Great job, Tiff.
When are we gonna work together on something? We ain't gotta like each other. We don't. But we need to work together for the overall of the village. Because at the end of the day, I'm still producing. Y'all did a recall. Y'all did a bank account thing. Y'all did a FOIA. Every lawsuit. Y'all the one costing. Y'all, you four. You the ones that's costing the village money. But yet y'all point the finger back to me. But I keep winning all the lawsuits that you guys keep doing. Come on now, make it make sense. And then y'all need to fire that lawyer. I'm going to keep putting it on the agenda until you fire him. Other than that, I feel y'all in bed with people. Y'all need to, other than that, I feel y'all in bed with people. Y'all need to fire that lawyer. All right, going back to the agenda. Go ahead, village administrator. Lady. Go ahead.
You heard that correctly. It took me a few replays before I actually understood what she said. To allege that one of the trustees, while looking Kiana's way, is in bed with people, it is wild. Tiffany has been sitting and at every board meeting badgering these people, saying the most awful kind of shit about them and to them. And she questions why they walked out. You know darn well why they have walked out on you. It's rather incredible that they have kept their cool and control for this long. I guess that's why she needed that security detail, to talk all the shit she wanted without having her ass handed to her. But that's okay, Madam Mayor. Prison will surely teach you how to treat people.
She's still on the clock, but they okay with sitting here saying, let's suspend the board meeting for them to speak.
You know why. Don't act fresh.
We're going to pay the lawyer to sit outside so we can do this, but not go downstairs and handle the real business, because we can always do a show and eat some popcorn.
We know you're all about putting on shows, even though you blame the trustees.
We're supposed to be downstairs talking about lawsuits and what we about to do, but we're going to suspend the minutes, the business, to sit here to go back and forth with each other on, well, you said this, I don't like that. Who cares? Move on.
You know, that is just so rich coming from you. The hypocrisy is unmatched, Miss Henyard, while you sit and cry about what they do, how they backstabbing you, but yet you have the audacity, the gumption, the balls to blame these incredible people.
We passed general announcement. You ain't hear me say nothing to nobody that made their statements. And then I make my statement and then we move on.
You made your statement and moved on? At this point, mind you, it had been over an hour of just her talking.
What they selling is fluff. We ain't on that. We up here to tell you what each department head does and what they provide and bring to the table. So when y'all get up there asking questions about, hey, what's this, what's that? Each department head can address it right now, right here. So your answers are sitting before you, but we got to sit here while somebody cry me a river about they need their 2 minutes. And they had their 2 minutes earlier, but didn't take it.
Cry me a river, says the person who has been talking for at least 15 minutes about how she was backstabbed and they're not being nice to you. Miss me with this crap, Henyard. You need to be gone yesterday.
Because the media's here we go. Hey, thank you, Channel 9. We will make Channel 9 news, I guess. But that's the problem that I have. So moving on. Okay,
Mayor.
next on the agenda is
Mayor.
Village Administrator Report.
Mayor.
Somebody else, another 20 minutes. Okay.
The fucking audacity for you to say another 20 minutes. You have to be the most unaware, selfish, most evil human on earth, point blank, period. That's all right, Henyard. You will be gone soon. It is just a few more weeks now, before you're removed and pushed on your ass because you've done nothing, and I truly mean it, you've done nothing but destroy this village. I always wondered about your parents, your siblings, extended family members, but I have come to realize that Tiffany only cares about Tiffany. Period. The end. That's all, folks. But we have to finish this off on a good note. We have to hear the voice of reason. This man and his patience is darn near close to angelic at this point. It's fascinating.
But I'm going to say this again. Please grow up, represent this village with dignity. This meeting would not be this long if you learned just to summarize your points and move on. But we're not going to get that. So we'll be here for 4 hours. But if you'll notice, if we clock this time, we're going to be here for 4 hours. 3 hours, 37 minutes, and 26 seconds is going to be the mayor philanthroping. Then she wants to say, my work speaks for itself. And then show you a video of everything that she claims speaks for itself.
Nope.
And then my comments.
Okay, so let me clear it up so that I'm going to have the finance order, please. Thank you. I'm going to have the finance director talk to you guys because people are always saying stuff out their mouth that is not true. Tangenique, he stated that he do not get financial statements or reports for 7 months. Can you explain to the residents, which I always got to prove it to y'all?
Miss Miller here gets caught in a lie in 4K. Wait and enjoy it.
Go ahead, Tangenique.
The trustees receive a financial statements monthly. That has not changed. An audit is in progress right now.
Hold on. You gotta order. Let her speak like you just
The
spoke.
last fiscal year.
And just go
An
with your
audit
points.
is in progress right now.
Hold on. You gotta order. Let her speak like you just
The
spoke.
last fiscal year.
And just go with your points so we can go on to the next person, Tangenique.
And what's with Tiffany directing her how and when to speak?
Has restricted sources.
Thank you.
Restricted use. So when you say we get money for this, money for that, please be clear to say what the money is for. All money cannot be used for everything. So let's just be sure to say that so the residents aren't confused.
Okay. So that is the point that we're making. People say grow up, they need to grow up.
So let me explain. The last fiscal year, an audit on the last fiscal year is not possible. Why? Because they need to go back to where they left off, in 2021, the last year of Riley Rogers' mayoral term. That's why Jason House was so quick to ask about the fiscal year. He is the definition of what a leader should be. Y'all need to vote that evil woman out of there. If you truly want someone to be your voice, someone to protect your rights, provide services, and protect your hard-earned money, Clean House is the only team you should be voting for. Remember, be kind to one another, do good things and stand up for yourself. Judge Petty signing off.
It makes sense. And then y'all need to fire that lawyer. I'm gonna keep putting it on the agenda until you fire him. Other than that, I feel y'all in bed with people. Y'all need to fire that lawyer.
But
all right.
I'm going to say this again. Please grow up, represent this village with dignity. This meeting would not be this long if you learned just to summarize your points and move on.